Can I get an ooh in the chat? Can I get an ooh in the chat? Here we are, 1984. Today is December 27th, 1984. Who remembers 1984? I remember 1984. So this show is all about Van Halen's 1984 album. You guys ready for Van Halen's 1984 album? That's what the show is all about. I hope that's what you're here for. 1984, Jump, Panama, and all the other ones. Anyway, so I'm gonna do a little quick intro, a little show reminders, things I want to tell you guys about, and then I'll bring the man himself on, Mr. Chris G. Madis, to take you back to 1984. I think those of you that are into extreme music know 1984 is a pretty pivotal year. Things started getting super heavy, super evil. But we'll let our esteemed host talk about that. Justin was one. So cheers to everybody already in the chat. Like I said earlier, if you have any kind of, what are they called, Instagram, Facebooks, all that, share the link. Tell everybody to come on. I know I've promoted the shit out of this, but never hurts to have more people. So appreciate. I am, dude. Fucking cozy. It's a little chilly in my house right now here in Clute. So I got my nice little hoodie on. Very cozy. So a couple things before I bring Chris on. Show announcement this Monday, probably around 7 Texas time or so. I'll confirm, but I think so. John McAtee's going to be on. He hasn't been on in a while, so he will be back on Monday, New Year's Day. So we're bringing in the new year, sorta. I guess, yeah, with John McAtee, Incantation. So he's gonna be joining me. Gonna be talking jams and whatnot. John McAtee from Incantation, exactly. And then a couple other things. All right, so go ahead and give a couple of these out. These came from Chris himself. These cool Omen of Masochism patches. I got one with the black border. Tell me that ain't cool. And then have one with a blue border. These look like they're done by Patchmaster. The way they're done, so you know they're good quality patches. So give some of those away. And I forgot to give this out during the big giveaway. A BLOODSTORM Pestilence from the Dragonstar CD. All right, this is number 245 of 666 copies. So I have begun. Oh, pull the plug. Okay, pull the plug. Pull the plug does good work too. But Chris can tell us that. So these will be given away. And I think that's it. So just wanted to cover a couple things, a couple topics. I know you guys are waiting to see what Chris is going to give us today. I mean, I already know what it is because I have to set the show up. But anyway, now there's no requests or anything like that. If you guys want to support, you can do a super chat support, and we will gladly appreciate that. So anyway, there you go. So let me bring down. I'll take this out of the way. I think I'm going to ban him right away. Don't ever hurry me up. I'm going to put you on timeout, buddy boy, if you don't watch your mouth. All right. Anyway, so let me bring the man on. He's dressed for the occasion today. So everybody put your hands together for the one and only Madis.
This is when the real me came out, ladies and gentlemen. Inside of me was this waiting to come out years later, but this was what was inside of me all this time. Glad you're here tonight.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So I'm gonna step to the side. I'm gonna be in the background, pushing play and doing whatever. So I'll try to put as many, like Chris is usually just so you know, he'll see the comments if I put them on there, but he gets into his storytelling quite a bit, so he may miss them. But we will do our best to make sure if you got any questions or comments, please leave comments on what you're listening to. You got any questions, leave them in the chat. I like seeing them. I like reading them. Chris really likes seeing them and really likes reading them. So
yes,
let's get this going. Let me get out of here. And
well, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining me for 1984. This is what metal music did to me. And by the time 1984 hit, me and my friends were running around. We wanted to be Mad Max. We wanted to be Conan. You heard me all say this before. But being 13 years old in this year, going out of 8th grade and then into high school, a whole new set of people, a whole new plethora to kind of adventure and journey through, new people to meet, adventures to be had through the neighborhood of Kensington. It was still a rock and roll and heavy metal and punk rock neighborhood. And there was an awful lot of things changing in the neighborhood too. Not just this person inside of me you see here. I was always kind of under suspicion to begin with. My way of thinking and doing things in grade school was a definite experience on its own. But then by the time I hit high school, it reached a whole new level and still had a new level of suspicion on top of me. And my personality became more like this that you see now. It was inside of me, and I had to feed its call, because my Who albums, my Rush albums, Led Zeppelin, Van Halen, all the rock albums, they weren't doing it for me no more. They weren't satisfying the new, young, energetic Chris. And after experiencing everything getting big in 1983 and music becoming so much more popular in my neighborhood and in Philadelphia in general, what I was seeing and hearing was becoming a lot more powerful and predominant. And all I did is wanted more heaviness and aggression. And the number one band that started it really for me to create this was probably the best known for me. And it's still here today, as it always. But in 1984, they had their third album out, At War with Satan. But this song is one of the singles from that year. And this made me feel nothing but pure, heavy aggression and dark might. This is Warhead.
Reach your soul against the warhead, blast or sword.
That Crush is infinite. That song is everything that started to explode out of my blood and bones in my body in 1984. Venom is the black thunderstorm. I love that line. It is everything that encompasses the core of my being. I love that band to the day I go to my grave. Them and Motorhead will always be there. And there's no denying their stamp on everything. And on me and my friends at the time, when that came out, the beginning of it was shocking to us because it didn't exist before then. Not to us, it didn't. Me and my friends, it didn't exist. But Venom birthed a lot of great things, did they not? Just like Judas Priest did and Iron Maiden has, a lot of these great bands did. They birthed things. But Venom, for me, being 13 and already being into them for a full year and experiencing them, I wanted nothing but that, because there were, at the time, to me, there was nothing more powerful. And it just amplified so much more, so much more. So, and where I lived at, the imagination and the energy level I had at 13, I started to get access to things and the ability to go and do things and travel out further on my own. So being in grade school, getting ready to get out of 8th grade, I got more of that rebellious side in me that went along with the music the year before. And these things were coming out more, especially at the age of 13. You're starting to get things developing. You know what I'm saying, men? Okay? So all I wanted was something that is equally powerful, whether it be in my music, my movies, my art, life in general. Was so exciting to be at that time at 13 years old. And this was all new to us. We just grabbed it and just chewed on it and looked and searched for more and more. My next pick is a band, well, right at the graduating year of 8th grade in 1984. I remember the 8th grade yearbook. There was hopes and dreams for futures for everybody in class and what they hoped for. And I remember there was always 1984, Big Brother watching, Big Scare, nuclear attacks. So everybody was really kind of on edge at the time period in my neighborhood. There was a feeling that bombs would drop out of the sky with some people, because it did exist in my neighborhood. I mean, there was people that really did kind of live off of that idea a little bit. We had ex-Vietnam vet guys going up into the railroad. There was manholes there, living in them to camp in case there was ever a fallout. And there was a man up there. He said just slit his wrist with his army knife. The man must have been just beyond shell shock. Okay. So it kind of what the stars aligned in 1984 with music and my age group going on at the time. It amplified so much attitude. Venom amplifies the attitude, and all these other bands that are coming into light more and more hot and aggressive, just totally fucking aggressive. It was the newest things that was just getting just so much more. Oh my God, just in its extremity in full force. So when we graduated, one of the things I said was, I was actually afraid of a nuclear war happening in the summertime, because I remember there was a countdown on the radio for a nuclear strike. I don't know if it existed in any radio stations at your time, anybody that was close to my age, but in your neighborhood or your city, but some of the stations were doing a countdown to a nuclear war. And though it was scary, there was this weird gratification of just seeing the images that you have in your head, that you've seen in your movies that you love. If it came to life, what would you do? What would it be like? And you wanted it. Music was doing the same thing. And this next band created a whole concept out of the terror of machinery and future apocalyptic Armageddons and just this very dark and blackened future of sort of mutated cybernetic killers all over from all different stages and walks of life, and maybe some sort of occult membranes, whatever you wanted to think of it. So up in Canada, there was a wonderful band that broke loose, and I found them in wall-to-wall sound and video. And when I saw the cover of this album, I wanted to be him. I wanted to be the exterminator. I wanted it. I wanted it. Just on the cover alone, I had to buy it. And the title, War and Pain, made me just love it more. And when I played it at home, full blast. That's all I ever did, especially this band, because they are a top influence among just a few. One of the very great purveyors of conceptual extreme metal albums and art. Blackness, destruction, death, the speed, the violence of it. It is influential in the soul. And this song, for what was going on at the time, for this nuclear countdown, this song made me love it more. This is Voivod with Nuclear War.
the soul of our breed. Destroy with inflammation. Whoa! And the air flows free. Die! As breath that we breathe out. Never stop.
Isn't that just conceptually artful to all of our darkest Armageddons that we can imagine? For people like us, it was brilliant. Still to this day, it is the most brilliant album. It's the most brilliant band to me. And you can tell they are heavily influenced by Venom and Motorhead as well. But they crafted such a great engineering conceptual sort of black death thrash at the time. There was nothing like Voivod. And to me, there is still nothing like them, which is really why I've always been heavily influenced by them. And they started to create the black heart of Mazadaris inside of me, Chris Gamble, the person that I was starting to become. So, sticking on the concepts of war and the excitement of everything just disappearing, dying, watching it die, experiencing the pain and the hardships, the disease and famine, all those great sort of apocalyptic comic books and films of the time. And then we're hearing it in music. And our streets were getting more in a chaotic way as well. So my social environment and the transition from going from 8th grade into high school, it matched. But it was starting new things in me. And it was wonderful. It was glorious. And I think all of us that love this music in some way, shape, or form, there seems to be a birth of creation, something that gets this out of us and it binds us to it. And this next band is we are still bound to them in all of its glorious fury, power, aggression, and violence. Those words just roll off. They're just butter on the tongue. So my next pick, sticking on the theme of warfare and absolute mayhem and destruction here, this is off of Slayer's Horn in the Chapel EP. This is Chemical Warfare.
Demons are ready to die. Nothing to see when the sleeping souls fly. must be watching fell, waiting to pass it aside. Sun was defeated in the death of the smell, finding my no mental life. Rising to those from the land where they fell, demons are ready to die. Nothing to see when the sleeping souls fly. Chemical warfare. Warfare.
It's just beautiful violence. So, in 1984, running through the streets listening to Slayer, Voivod, and Venom, well, all of us just couldn't wait for more. There wasn't enough. I mean, we were just thriving so much on this energy. Those of us that love the music, those of us it was our undisputed friend. It was really becoming our truth. It was becoming our voice a lot more than a teacher or a neighbor or even parents at times, because we were changing. You know, being 13, you're changing. You want more, and you want things that are more your own. Music pulled me in so much more to be its own, especially at this year. You know, transitioning, like I said earlier, from grade school into high school, and you meet new people and you're doing new things, and your minds develop into a more creative and thoughts outletting, and your roots are spreading out deeper. And speaking of deeper roots, I was always wondering when I'm going to hear something else that was like Venom. Slayer and Voivod were great enough. No denying and no question about it. They can never be replaced. Ever. Of course. But I always wanted, will there ever be a band that could be like Venom, but maybe take it a little bit darker and deeper and heavier? Maybe even more of a satanic? Sort of a nice, raw, exposed nerve force that you can really just drink the blood of that sound. And I found it in the debut album of Bathory. And this is off of Bathory's debut album, the first track, Hades! Yes. Bathory was the next Venom for me. It finally happened. And I got to experience it. Wow. I mean, the rich, dark, aggressive nature of that album. It was like turning into a werewolf. That's how I felt. You know, it was such a primordial instinct to just grasp that energy and really stick it into your soul and become more of it. It's a beautiful music, and we were right there for its time, thriving on it, waiting and wanting more, and it always did happen. And one band that had changed its name, but not so much its style too much. I don't think so. Some people may argue it, but it was a great natural progression for them. And in 1983, they put out their great demo, which Satanic Rites, and they had the Triumph of Death demo, Hellhammer. Well, I didn't get to hear Hellhammer yet until I heard how they succeeded that band in 1984. And then when I heard both of them together, some of the mysteries that I loved about the occult wanted me to make my own book. And one of the songs that really influenced me to get more of what is this occult mysticism and sciences? What is this something more than just the exorcist? It's something more than just the devil and inverted crosses. There's something more to the dark nature of a spirit. And when you are a young teen and you're looking for more, and you're looking to bite and eat more and more of what nature has to offer you than what society does outside your front door, you drift into a whole new realm. And I am going to say the name the way that I learned it and all my friends learned it from 1984. This is off of Celtic Frost. Yes, Celtic Frost. Off of Morbid Tales. This is the interest of music, the interest of magic, visions of mortality. No. That for me was a huge influence to create music. Hearing that album and then getting to hear Hellhammer right after the Celtic Frost Morbid Tales album. It was all adding up to me. All this was coming in the same time. You know, I didn't want nothing else that was any less than this anymore. That's how it was getting to me. My Kiss albums weren't relating to me no more, like I said. The Who, all these albums I grew up in love, though I love them today still. But at 13, hearing all this for the first time, it changed so much of us. And I'm grateful that I got to experience it the way that I did. And also the environment that I was in helped me. And Celtic Frost, still to this day, Celtic Frost is still part of my writing criteria. All the bands I've been playing so far are part of the blueprint of what makes me want to write heavy music in any form that I can. Black death, thrash, speed, heavy metal. It's all occult, extreme nihilistic metal music to me, and that is how I always viewed it, and I always will see it that way, and nothing separate than that. It's all conjoined in one planet, one core essence of musical delightment, if I can use that word and still make it sound well. Well, also, I got to hear this band the year before, and when they bought their second album out, I already knew what I was in store for. Had already loved what I heard. Already thought this is a cult. This is a deep dive into the mysticism of the occult sciences, spells and witchcraft, and all of its glorious forms. Only known to a small layman terms to me, because it was a new adventure, and it was bringing it into forefront. It was bringing it on the table for me to explore and to learn. And this band helped me learn it more. And this man helped me learn it more through his career as well. And as I showed you my tone that I created, I was starting to create. I didn't create this, until June 23rd of 1994, when I started to write my own book and make my own seal. This was inside of me starting up at this year. And this next band is part of the reasons why I helped create the first sigil I ever made. So, without any more waiting, this is how I learned to be part of Merciful Fate's Dangerous Meeting. A Dangerous Meeting. What a great way to open up Don't Break the Oath album. And that was just, everybody really thrived on that. And the older guys in the neighborhood that didn't really care so much for this more extreme, they wanted to rock out with Motley Crue and all that other stuff that happened at the US Festival the year before. But then there was, some of those guys, Merciful Fate was turning on the older guys. It was starting to turn their heads a little bit more, just like Slayer was getting to turn their heads a little bit more into the more extreme bands. So, and some of them didn't catch up yet until a year or two later. But, Slayer was really kind of the start of a lot of the older people, a lot of the older rock heads getting into more extreme metal than just, Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, Twisted Sister, Motley Crue, those bands, which were huge in their right, rightfully so. It's great. But this experience I was going through, there just wasn't nothing that could top it yet. I didn't want nothing that was underneath that, because this being new to all of me and my friends, all of us, there couldn't be no seconds. There couldn't be. There had to be an equal or something just as powerfully as inviting as the last 6 bands I've just played on this list. So now, my neighborhood, as a bit chaotic as it was starting to be in 1984, well, there was a group of men that lived in my neighborhood. There was 3 brothers, Mike, Denny, and Vince, and they were part of the motorcycle gang called the Warlocks. Warlocks were pretty notorious in Kensington, just like the Pagans were. Pagans were around in the area too. But the Warlocks, these 3 brothers lived on my street. Well, one did, and the other 2 guys lived around the corner. But they were kind of our extended police and family. Used to watch out for us. Little guys, they used to call us, the little guys. So they were very cool to us. They were like big brothers we didn't have. But you didn't really think of how bad they were or how violent they were until you see it happen. So one day, I got to see them whip the living shit out of somebody that did something wrong to one of those 3 brothers, because they whipped the living shit out of him. Motorcycle chains. I'm talking not that chain that I have, not this, okay? Talking off the motorcycle itself. The real long chains, they were whipping the living shit out of this guy in that alley. I mean, this other guy, Kevin, got to see it happen. It didn't look... Well, it didn't look like something I would ever want to have happen. Scared the shit out of us. We froze in our tracks when we saw it happen. But these guys were sort of our guardians in the neighborhood. And the music that, the band I'm going to be playing next, I used to relate these 3 brothers to this band that I already love. And if you've heard me play these lists before, I love them too. And this is another new lineup for them in 1984. Things have changed again, because Filthy Phil left with Brian Robo Robertson out of Motorhead after Another Perfect Day, and Lemmy continued the band. 3 new members: Wurzel, Phil Campbell, Pete Gill. And they did like a compilation album in 1984. And this song reminded me of the 3 Warlock brothers, Vince, Denny, and Mike. This song is Snaggletooth. They used a lot of this too. They had a lot of these with them. But what I wanted and I had were these. They became my crowbars. So, okay. Venom was the darkness and Motorhead was the power to me. You know, both of them together. What a great combining force that created some of the best bands still to this day that I am thankful for. And the power and energy just will live on, will always live on. So keeping it more at a street level area of metal now. Another band that came to attention to most all ages, from guys that were 12 and 13 years old up until the 18-year-olds that wanted something more out of rock and heavy metal. And you know, back in the time, pretty much Iron Maiden, Judas Priest was like the definition of heavy metal. In Philadelphia in 1984, my parts, they were pretty much the defining thing of what heavy metal was. Well, when this band came along, I beg to differ, because to me, this debut album from this band, it's astonishing how great that it sounds, how great all the songs are, how they're placed on the album back to back together. It's never boring, it's never dull. Every instrument just sounds so great and pristine on this record. It has a rawness to it and a heaviness to it, and it's powerful. It's just a very powerful, more than your average Iron Maiden-esque sort of band or Judas Priest band. For me, they were a new sound of heavy metal that had a layer of like thrash extremity to it. And this album is just brilliant, start to finish. This album is what I would define as the definitive heavy metal album in my dictionary. This is the song from the debut album, Metal Church. This is Metal Church. It was the most flawless heavy metal album ever in the history of my life. It's that Metal Church album, start to finish. There isn't a bad song on it. There's not enough words of brilliance that goes into that record, in my ears anyway. And it filled my heart up with great heavy metal vibes for that year. So it kept me on a level like, there's great heavy metal bands that are still coming up that are just as good, if not better, than, Iron Maiden and Judas Priest and Saxon and Accept and Scorpions and all that, those sort of bands. Metal Church was the new thing for me. That at that year replaced those bands. At that year, Metal Church was it for me when it came to the astonishment of that album. Became my definition of what a heavy metal record should be. And I still believe that to this day. That album's great start to finish. If you have never heard it before, I suggest you play it start to finish. Ladies and gentlemen, it does not disappoint. And so, as most of you know that are here, I have a love and respect for the women of this art and heavy metal rock and roll, and in this extreme field as well, which there's many more of them this day and age. And I like to firmly believe that it's more in line to do with this next pick that, there's two that stood out to me for 1984. And one of them, of course, was Wendy O. Williams. And but she wasn't with the Plasmatics anymore. She did Wow. And what a great album that is. And produced by Gene Simmons, no less, too, right? But another band that stayed with me, after I heard it, and I firmly believe, rightfully so, belongs as top runner of a female-fronted heavy metal band for this year in 1984, with the way my heart and soul were starting to feel and develop into this sort of creature that's before you now. Well, it's one of my influences that goes into Bloodstorm and Den of Sin, and my top number one female vocalist in heavy metal music of all time. This is the vocalist of Kate. This is Acid off the Black Car EP. This is The Day You Die. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Acid is dominant for me. Kate is dominant for me when it comes to the top totem of extreme and just heavy metal rock and roll artist in that field. She's my pinnacle. High influence. Acid is wonderful. Love that album. Recommend all their releases. So, as we progress through in 84 in my neighborhood, me and my friends meeting new friends, when I got out of St. Hugh's, which was the grade school I was in, I went to this place called Mercy Vocational, which was a Catholic high school. I'm supposed to be learning a trade. I was going to be an electrician. Didn't happen. Didn't happen because I wasn't allowed to be the person I was allowed to be inside. I was condemned. As I said before, I was always under suspicion, not just by neighbors and some other boys and girls in my neighborhood, but when I met a whole new plethora of people, and the nuns in particular from Mercy Vocational, I wasn't very accepted. I guess that's the best way to put it. I was poison to others around me. I was going to be a disappointment to my mother and father, and I was going to be headed for a life of crime, as they would put it, I guess. And the religion teacher that I had to go in class with, I had a denim jacket over top of my leather, and one of the logos that I actually had put on top of my denim vest over top of my leather jacket, right on the top, because we couldn't get patches back then. They just were not accessible. Not the bands I wanted. You know, you can get Rat, Motley Crue, and Twisted Sister, and Triumph, and Def Leppard, and all those kind of things. You can get those. But the patch from this band that came from Germany, it just didn't exist yet. And not in my neck of the woods, not in Philadelphia in 1984, it didn't. But the music, as I spoke to these guys when I met them, I was a roadie for them when they did their comeback tour in 2001. My brother and I were roadies for them, and I got to show them bootleg tapes for when they played, when it was still called West Germany. And they had no problem with it. And they were actually impressed and really enjoyed that I had these live cassette tapes of them playing. So this next band from Germany debuted onto us in 1984. And it was, again, to me, it was spoke in a street level volume of just, it screamed just out of your throat and the blood in your veins and the heart that pumps it, of sheer, just brilliant black thrash metal. It was like taking Venom and Metallica and stirring up this whole lightning storm fire force of pure Armageddonic violence in all of its paragon brilliance. The sound was incredible and awe-inspiring to most bands still to this day. Considered one of the big four or big three, however you choose to put it, out of Germany. This was the debut album and the debut of Destruction for the Sentence of Death EP. Hearing this made me feel it nothing but empowerment. This is total disaster.
My own
that's a beautiful echoing riff, is it not? I love it. And those lyrics, why I mentioned the religion teacher in my freshman year in high school is because I had destruction written on the back of my denim jacket. And what I was told by her was, it should not say destruction, it should say construction. And my head was just like, fuck you and everything about you. I didn't want to hear any of that, and I didn't. But you have to put the front on because you don't want to be a disappointment. I knew what I was going to be. I knew what I wanted to become. But I had to play the field, had to play the game. I wanted nothing taken away from me from what I was feeling from this music this year. I just wanted more and more of it. And I wanted to share more and more of it with my friends. So when it was that line, never trust a virgin preacher, it's okay to say it with my teacher, those lines, it made me think of, my religion teacher in my freshman year in high school. Staying in Germany, ladies and gentlemen, this next band I picked is actually one that, I didn't hear till later because I didn't have access to the album yet, but I saw it advertised and I had to have it. I wanted to get it first chance I could, and I did. But through the years, when I started wanting to pick up a guitar and play music, as I was doing so, this band became more and more on my CD player, iPod, tape deck, any format I have, I would play this album. And I loved it on car rides. And this album, well, they're two albums, kind of help influence my writing style of Bloodstorm to a little bit of a degree. I'm influenced by them a bit. And I have to pay homage to them. But this band is great, and I think they've gotten overlooked a long time. But the time period and just what this album presents from start to finish, all I could say is everything that I'm playing tonight, I highly recommend. If you have not heard it, which probably most of you had, but if you had not heard this band, I recommend you get it. And I recommend you get their second album as well. So the album is Running Wild's Gates of Purgatory. This is Black Demon.
living death at his back. Deliverance, bring on the trance, expose the evil, cross the evil.
Wow. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Running Wild, Gates of Purgatory album, Black Demon. It's a great record. If you haven't heard the whole thing, I recommend them. Branded and Exiled, their second album, I recommend it. Great, great stuff. It's just enough sort of heavy metal with an edge of like a slight pinch of like satanic, like, you know, dark with a speedy thrash element to it. And it's a really great album. It's a great combination of it. And I would just recommend playing them. They're a great band. So now my next pick, I'm going to head over now to Italy. And I didn't hear this band until I had the great pleasure of getting this compilation album, which was called Speed Kills. And Speed Kills, it had, you know, Megadeth and Metallica, you know, to name a few that are just mainstream. But there was a lot of other bands on there that, you know, were known, but got to hear for the first time. But this band I'm playing, that I'm going to suggest next, this is the first time I ever heard them. It's the first time I ever heard them. Saw a picture. I never saw an advertisement until the Speed Kill record came out. And when I saw the picture of them, these three guys, this trio of the unholy Italiano satanic bastards, it was just a glorious thing. They were called the Italian Venom. I remember that phrase. And it absolutely attracted my attention. Bam! Right away. I had to have it and I had to know it. But in 1984, they had a demo out, which didn't hit my ears till way later. And for most people, I didn't think heard this till way later as well. But this band is very influential to my music career. And having anyone titled that they were Venom-like, well, let me just tell you, friends, I wanted more of it. And this band is Bulldozer, and this is Fallen Angel off their 1984 demo. Fallen Angel!
I
And I never cared what I did by the time it hit 1984, hearing all this music. To me, Bulldozer was the child of Motorhead and Venom. When I first heard it, that's the two bands, undisputedly. That's what I heard. And it was just brilliant, magnificent. And if you don't love that band, you're fucking dead inside. You understand that? Get with the program. You have to love Bulldozer. I recommend Day of Wrath. You have to hear it, people. If you haven't already, you must indulge in it. Now, coming back to America, this next act is not only just as potent and influential on me as Voivod is, still to this day, they were crafted for me the most brilliant, chaotic form of beautiful mayhemic aggression and violence that if Iron Maiden was possessed and thrown into this chaotic realm of you either got to die or fight, and you had to just be absolute maniac, and the music was just, it was so brilliantly skilled and crafted, ladies and gentlemen, by this band. And I had the extreme pleasure of being over the head body slammed by Nasty Ronnie and thrown into the crowd, and it was the last time I ever staged out of my life. And he influenced me to be this creature that you see before you in all these leather and spikes. And he's another reason why, because of him, that I am the way I am. And I love all its mayhemic fury. And I will wage its mayhem. And this next song is off Nasty Savage's 1984 demo. This song is The Witch's Sabbath.
The mist will clear, the witches draw near, for he has come to the Sabbath. It's a ritual of fright, the candles burn bright, coven of sin, witches are dancing, and Satan laughs. The orgy begins. Take it and reveal. Reveal! Sin! Oh, the witches cry. Lust! She is cold as ice. Sacrifice the virgin. Pride! The jackals read. The rotten flesh is there to be stoned. They would roast of their sins. Black masses at the witch's sabbath. Black masses at the witch's sabbath. Grand finale, the black mass. Take a seat, let the sermon begin. The holy water was not holy. Solemn saints, the communion of sin. Witches are sluts, they should be burned at the stake. They deserve that fate. Black masses at the witch's sabbath. Black masses at the witch's sabbath.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Nasty Savage's Wage of Mayhem demo. And they are, to me, Dave and Ben Myers, they were the Adrian Smith and Dave Merry of extreme heavy metal. Their dual guitarship is absolutely brilliant. It is phenomenal. Phenomenal band. Unforgettable songs, unforgettable albums, start to finish. I mean, they stand the test of time. There's just been to me, there's been no other bands, like the ones I'm playing tonight in my view, in my world. I mean, hearing Nasty Savage for the first time and Voivod, it was a whole new level for me, and it really developed this person that you see before you. It was the start of it. I didn't know it yet, but like I said, it was the start of it. And you just want more and more. You didn't hear anything else but this level of intensity in music. The more you heard it, the more you just wanted this and nothing less. And I can't emphasize that enough, because that was the attitude that myself and my friends were having. And even on a street level, it was just, if you were frustrated, you just looking for things to express and get out of your body so you could feel normal. Well, this music made you feel normal if you were me. And there was chaotic things going on around me outside of my door. So this made me deal with things so much better. And this music and this extremity gave me so much more confidence. And it spoke to me as I felt personally. And a lot of people that I know, this music speaks to them personally and develops them and binds them to it and creates such a great, strong character of himself. And you become more loyal. You learn loyalty and you learn the passion for what you love. And I learned that from this music because it was a very passionate time period for me. And this next pick I have goes up into Canada. And this was off of their first EP. And the guitarist, he's one of my top 10 influence on me as a guitar player ever. And I learned so much off of each one of these albums from this band over and over. And it actually really does shatter my mind's creative capability, how great these albums and these songs come out to me, in my view. It just was another level of influence. And to me, they're amazing. So this was their EP from Armed and Dangerous. This is Razor, Take This Torch. Yeah. Now that is some heavy metal fire for you. Dave Carlo and Stay Sheepdog McLaren. What a team. It was, again, new and something that was just piercing into the soul of being that I was. Another thing that I was absolutely looking for, and like I said, being 13, finding yourself amongst your old friends and new undiscovered things and places and people. This music was center stage in my bones. And I just really didn't want nothing less than that. I wanted equal aggression and level of intensity in my life at that time period. At 13, going through your maturing years, you just didn't. There was so much vibrant energy and how you channeled the chaos and excitement dependent on the person and your environment. Well, I chose music and art to do it. And I think it's benefited me because I had my share of fistfights during those years, starting to backlash and go after people that bothered me before. It was coming out. See, at this year, my spine was like this exposed nerve, and heavy metal was the perfect thing to tap my spine and give me the outlet that I need and made me more creative. And it made me more of a focused, energetic writer, I guess. But I didn't know it at this level, but used to play Dungeons and Dragons so much. I had that to make all these campaigns. I even used Croggle the Exterminator in one of my campaigns. But it was all great energy, taking from this aggressive, forceful, black, primal nature, this primordial instinct of music that we have that opened up these gates of steel and exposed your nerves to it. And it made you become more the person you wanted to be. It was really good birth. And with everybody worried about nuclear war and gang fighting and, playgrounds were getting their own territories, older guys that were getting older were starting to want their own place. And they didn't want other guys in, so there was a lot of street fights going along. There was a lot of things happening. A lot of aggression and violence was going on in the streets, and music was sort of this safe force field you had that you can watch the living movie go on before you out in the street, and you kind of became part of it in a way. And music was the perfect soundtrack, and all this heavy music was. And this next song was definitely part of everything that I've been saying about just the extremity levels that are creative outlet and on the street level of your social environment going in to sort of a tailspin, turmoil, chaotic uncertainty. But heavy metal music for me was certainty in the future. It definitely was, and it only got better and better. And it created more of us, because I see it around the world today. And I want to thank you all for enjoying this extreme music with me tonight. And let me express the birth of my soul as I didn't know it yet at the time, but I'm able to tell you today, this is how I became me, was this year, through all these bands have been playing. So I have one more pick tonight. And this last pick is another Canadian band, and they are influential for Agoraphobia, for Bloodstorm, for Den of Sin, for me, as being inspired to love and live on, to live loud and proud, and to blast on and march forward like a metal warrior. So this band was it's still one of my top influences. And the guitarist, John Ricci, he's phenomenal, just as Dave Carlo and Piggy from Voivod. There must be something in the Canadian air and the snow and the wind from those mountains and the Wendigo demon and the wolves and anything else that lived in those forests. Must have been something to it, ladies and gentlemen. But it crept down in Philadelphia and got my ears, exposed my nerves. So this song is off of Exciter's Violence and Fourth album. And this is the last track. And Bloodstorm actually did a cover of this song, by the way. We covered this on an EP called Attack of Sonic Torment. And this is the sum up of the whole night. This is called War is Hell.
All right, there we go. There we have it. Thank you, Chris. Another awesome job. Everybody in the chat, give it up to Chris. Let's see a thumbs up or something. Something. If you enjoyed the playlist, let's see some comments in the chat. I'm gonna bring somebody on here. I got to step away for a little bit, but I got somebody else that's perfectly capable of taking over the chat. Now he won't be able to highlight any comments or anything like that, but he should be able to read the comments. So if anybody has any questions, we'll be able to answer them. So I want to thank I'm one of the people. All right.
I want to thank everybody for being here, man.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, but Carl was one of the ones that did a super chat today, and I'm going to go ahead and bring Carl on. So everybody that tuned in, I appreciate it. We had, I think at one point, everybody, we had pretty big crowd in here. We had up close to like 80 people at one time at one
Awesome.
point of the show. So I'm glad to see more people tuning in lately. I appreciate it. Still doing the same thing we have been for almost 3 years now, but maybe more people are finding out about it. I don't know, but I appreciated it. Carl appreciates it. Everybody coming in on his show, and Chris, I know for sure appreciates it. He'll message me the rest of the week about the show, about did anybody like it or whatever. And I'm like, yes, dude, everybody enjoyed it. Everybody, but I'm the same way. If I have hey, so it's like, hey, if I send somebody, so hey, what'd you think or whatever, like. But
I want to provide good for your channel,
Absolutely, no, and I appreciate. And trust me, if you did it, you're basically a regular host on the show. So before I split for a minute, I will be back. Again, thanks to everybody. Shout out to everybody who did a super chat today. I'll get with you on this later, Chris. Impede, Necron, T-Bone Savage, Bloodstone, Travis, Francisco Tocayo, Zulema, Joker, Cody.
Cool.
And Pete got so excited with Slayer, he gave some more. Megan with the mega super chat there.
Yeah.
My buddy.
Nevermore Rules, always. Rotten Punks out in Arizona. JD and Noelia. Nick Hickok. And Mike Viley just sent one in now. So really do appreciate that. That's cool. It does take a little work to put all this shit together.
Especially when he deals with me, ladies and gentlemen. I'm always changing something on the poor guy.
Yeah. Well, somebody. I started laughing because somebody said, "Hey, what about Pile Driver?" I was like, "Believe it or not, Pile Driver was on the list up until last night."
I had to sit. It was like Bulldozer, Pile Driver, Bulldozer, Pile Driver. I'm like, man. If I have to think about it, Bulldozer lasted longer on the influence scale. Look, and I could have had Francisco knows I could have had like 17 other picks, easy.
Oh yeah, no doubt. This is tough. This is real tough. But I think the playlist obviously fucking kicked ass.
Oh yeah.
So and when I get back, we're gonna try to give away some of these Agoraphobia patches. And,
I'm glad you got them, buddy.
Plus BLOODSTORM CD. And I'll be back. I got to go take care of something and know that I don't have explosive diarrhea, or else I would have been gone a long time ago. I just got to take care of something. So again, Carl kind of take over. You guys can talk about whatever. You guys have any questions in the chat, go ahead and ask them now, and they will get to them, and I will be back.
Cool.
What's up, Chris? How you doing, bub?
I'm living, man. I had to play Santa Claus, of course, as you know. I had 2 daughters.
I saw the pic. Awesome.
Yeah. Eva, because you're a Godzilla fan. Eva, when she got up in the morning and went downstairs, there was about, 15 kaiju of Godzilla and all the other enemies all underneath the tree. I got everything from like Hedorah to like Gigan and Megalon and all them, and Space Godzilla, and I got Ultraman figures for her, all that stuff, man.
Oh, I bet her mind was blown.
Oh God, yeah, she was. Got Godzilla books, a King Ghidorah shirt. Oh my God.
Damn.
Yeah.
Dude, you made them kids' day.
A big Santa day. Yep. But
that's awesome, dude.
And then I come on and I do this. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. You
That's
got to.
life, man. You know,
That's how it goes.
that's how it is, man.
Yeah. So the 1984, I mean, really, dude, what a culmination for everything that like we were into to hit that year with
It fucking was
movies.
nothing but drive. I want that. I want that. I want that. And it couldn't be nothing less, like I was saying. My
Yeah.
mind frame and a couple of my friends from high school, Rich and all them guys, we wanted nothing less. When we started hearing more of that, we were just like, shit. I mean, you like Rush, but it's like, I don't want to listen to that no more.
Oh
Fuck
yeah,
it.
especially when that was coming out fresh.
Yeah.
That was forgotten.
Yeah, and
Not
like
to
the
be a
Kiss
dick,
albums
but I
came
mean,
out,
yeah,
all of it.
just I mean, you're 14 years older, and you, in your case, you were 13. I was 14.
Yeah.
You hear Venom. Well, Rush is cool, but nah, you're gonna blast the Venom all day. You're gonna blast the
That's it.
Slayer. You're gonna blast this is the heavy stuff. It was like insane how good it was. Like
It
from
was, and there was nothing like
83 to
nothing.
84, just went the
Yup,
gates
nothing
exploded
like
in
it, man.
84.
And that's when we started hearing the European bands
Mhm.
after 83, that US Festival and metal, like I said before, metal started getting more popular in the States. So therefore, hey, what about these? But then the record store started, all of a sudden you can get these other bands, Saxon and Focus and all this other stuff on the list. And then you start peeling the layers back.
That
And
import
next thing you
section
know,
started
in the
expanding.
import section,
Yeah.
yep, at Wall to Wall Sound and Video, that's where I found Voivod, that's where I found Bathory, all that, just the Razor, all that stuff. That's where you had to find it. But that was the journey. And like I said, socially speaking, Philadelphia in 1984, there was I remember everybody's in this nuclear war panic because it was advertised on the radio that we're going to get the end of the world's coming, and it was on the radio here.
It was on the radio. It was on TV constantly.
Okay, so you know what I'm talking about.
I know. Hey, down here, we didn't think we were going to see the 90s.
Right.
Yeah.
And the street
Nuclear
level
war was imminent.
Right. And it really was a big thing. And I was going out of 8th grade into high school. So like me and all my friends were just like, you're juiced up already. You're 13. Your loins are already growing. You're getting hard on for no reason, whether you want them or not. And you're just kind of like, I gotta get off on something, and then boom, music. Because the environment around me, with the bikers being around and all that shit, it would have been easy to slip into some of that shit.
Oh,
if I
sure,
didn't have
for
an
sure,
outlet.
yeah.
That's why I was pertaining to that there was 3 biker brothers. It really was Mike, Denny, and Vince, and they were warlocks, and they were the guys that if somebody strange came walking down the street or they saw them, they were like, "Who are you? What are you doing here?" They would be nice about it, but if you said the wrong thing or you came from the wrong spot, they would just, that's it, man. They whipped the shit out of it. They used bicycle chains. That's what they did, and we saw it. And you're seeing
They
this.
like regulated in the neighborhood.
Yeah, we had Vietnam vet guys walking the streets with knives and shit. We did.
Yeah.
And just have all this shit going on. And then, the older guys are like, well, I don't want to hang out with them. So they had a clique in this playground, and then there was a clique in this playground, and then it was like a mini Warriors movie going on without all the fancy but the mentality.
Yeah.
Only these blocks can hang here, only these blocks, and it was all that shit was going on. You're hearing the end of the world, nuclear war. Bam, all this music came out. I was like, fuck this, man. That was my soundtrack to everything going on around me, and it made me thrive on it. And that was my message.
Yeah.
And it created what I became inside of me. That's why I was like, I got in my gear. I'm like, that was starting to come out. It wasn't there, but that was the idea inside me was that.
That music was pulling it out of you.
It absolutely was. And there's an exposed nerve. It really was an exposed nerve of this juicy, aggressive sort of emotional content that you want it pulled out of you, and you had to channel in some way. Because you know what I'm saying? When you're a young man, a teenager, you're going to fight or you're going to fucking do something. You got to do something to get that energy out. And
or it's going to be a negative way it comes out. So you got to find something to make it even though it's negative energy, you got to coerce it into something that doesn't get you, thrown in jail.
Because this is only going to get you this.
Yeah. But I mean, it was cool too, because finally there was music that was coming out that, like, I'm sure, like you imagined this type of thing in your head, but just couldn't find it yet. You couldn't, like you're saying, it just wasn't feeding that hunger that you were having until these albums started coming out, and you were like, Eureka, this is what we've been looking for, you know, the Slayer, the Voivod, the Venom.
The closest thing that was matching was like the Who for energy like that kind of energy they had.
Oh, this
I mean, they were
untamed
nuts.
energy.
With the
Some of the
Dynamite
punk-
on stage and Keith Moon and Pete and all that shit. That was like, yeah, I want that. And then we start seeing it in Venom. It's like, whoa, show's over, folks. I just want this now and anything like it. And Motorhead. That was the thing. It was like them two together. And then you get what? You get Bulldozer, and you're getting, you know, your Merciful Fate was already out, but you wanted more of Merciful. And then by the time fucking Don't Break the Oath came out, it was like, oh shit, it's even better than Melissa. This is like even better. It was like shit.
That
And then
cover.
the
Remember that seeing
Saturn-
that cover where we were just like, whoa.
Yeah,
fuck,
you
this
had
looks
to have.
great.
For us, we already saw it with Venom with Black Metal. Seeing that cover was like, what is that? Because we just knew, you're like, that's an evil thing. What is that? It's an album. What the fuck is that? And then you flip it over, you're reading them song titles, Buried Alive, you know, See You in Hell, Leave Me Now, and Don't Burn the Witch. You're seeing it, and you see the pictures, the names of them, you're like, ooh, and you flip it back, you're seeing the Satanic, and you're flipping it, you're like, well, this isn't no like Van Halen or Who or Kiss. This is like, this is like The Exorcist, but in music. First thing. And you kind of, it felt like a dangerous thing to buy it, because, as I said, by 1984, I was already like under suspicion by people. What am I about? What is he doing? What's he up to? Because I didn't run around and do the crazy shit and have the cops at my front door going, your son did so and so, he lit this fire, you know, or he broke this window, bullshit stuff, you know.
Yeah.
No, I was doing art school stuff or paying attention to music, because I was just looking for, because I would watch those guys fuck people up, the older men. I'm like, I don't want no part of that. It didn't look fucking fun at all. I'm like,
yeah,
because you see it and you're like, you know, it looks good on film, it looks good on the Warriors and Mad Max, but on the street, it's a different thing. When you see guys
it's
get
not a
arrested,
movie.
stuff-
Yeah, it's the
stuff
real
in the
deal.
fucking sewer.
Yeah.
You know, I seen that, and you, it's like, you know, I can't have that. It's like, I'll stick with my entertainment and the music. It was the outlet. Boom. It just hit at the right time. The right bands at the right time. It was it.
It was
magic for me.
perfect timing. Like you said, though, you know, the Road Warrior, Escape from New York, all that stuff. And this is, I literally thought New York City was like, you know, Escape from New York or Class of Nukem High, and, you know, or Class of 1980. I was like, is that how New York really is? The Warriors?
The
That's
population and all that shit.
Yeah. That's
but
what I was like.
Northeast area.
Yeah.
You know, we're only 206 miles away, so it's, you know, it wasn't so foreign to us anyway. It was kind of like Philly had.
Well, it's same thing basically, just down the street. You know, for you guys, you know, here in Texas, it was like a world away as a little kid.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I can only imagine, you know, you were living in that environment with the metal.
So vet guys and bikers, and then you got older guys fighting over the playground. It was like, whoa.
And Mike V, I you know, I can't bring you on. What are you talking? I didn't got control over Francisco's show. He just asked me. Mike V was asking to come on the show, unless that's Francisco's call. So not Nick Ron's call. I'm not running the damn thing.
People, if you write me something in a comment, I'll see it in a comment. I'll comment over it. I'm on Facebook. I'm not hard to find. I will read the chats and all that stuff later. Just, you know, I mean, if there's anything comes up. I just hope you all got to enjoy it. You guys all got to enjoy it, you know.
Dude, I totally enjoyed the Nasty Savage because I bought that demo.
I used to get made fun of when I first liked that. When I was trying to show like Jim and Chuck and them guys.
Yeah.
When I first played it for them, they were Tom and all, they were like, "This is weird. This is funny." I'm like, "You wait and see," because once it gets hot again, because everybody's going to start missing this. All of a sudden, you guys are going to like it. You're going to buy the albums and T-shirts. What did they do? A couple years later, albums and T-shirts, all the shit. What's that again? I'm like, and it's okay. It happens. You know, I'm not the everything guy. I'm not. I'm lucky I got to hear more than half of it when it came out. But a lot of it, like you don't get to hear it till later. Like I didn't get to hear Bulldozer till that Speed Kills. That was my introduction to Bull. I never fucking exist. I never saw them advertised. I didn't until
I
that
didn't,
record.
you know, yeah, like everything you played or some of the stuff you had played, I didn't hear it till then. You know, sometimes like I remember seeing like Acid all the time.
Yeah.
I never really heard Acid, even going back. And now I ordered it, and
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
so it's cool too, because you not only are you know you're turning on people who weren't around back then, but even people who are around, you didn't hear everything that came out. So it's always awesome to hear these playlists, because there might be something new to you, and you'll be like, oh fuck, I got to go back and get this.
I think it's an artistic expression of that. You don't even have to be. I don't think you have to be a musician. Just the fact of, I think what music does for people in general. Whatever style you like, whether it's classical stuff or it's disco funk or it's heavy metal, it's our extreme black death thrash, whatever, or if it's rock. There is definitely things about music in general that help shape and cultivate futures and societies. And it networks through people and it resonates, and it becomes a really good voice
For
and
sure.
advocates for you and your environment. Music can advocate for your environment, now become something out of it. And that's what nurtured out of me. That's how I look at those kind of things. Why
But
not
also,
share it? Yeah.
with what I see with you too is like, and after talking with you and learning more and like other things besides your metal background, I like how, to me, you tuck all your influences, like your movie influences, your comic book influences, and then your metal influences, and now this is what made Mesordeus as a whole. Am I right there, or am I wrong?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, it did. It was, like I said, it was like a nerve. It was, by that time at my age, it was like this exposed nerve. I need more that's going to express the voice in me, because the street violence and all that other bullshit, or the drugs and the drinking and all that hustle cars or breaking the car, it's like, no, because like I said, having those biker brothers around the neighborhood made me fucking see just how bad you can end up if you do the wrong thing and you run into the wrong people, what it'll do to you. And I'm like, no, I don't want no part of that. And then you see the older guys fuck up. I'm like, I'm not about getting stupid and drunk and high, and you're robbed, you're getting some dirtbag pregnant that you don't want to see.
yeah,
All that shit. You're losing your money, and you know what I mean? I don't fucking want to be this big sloppy fucking mess. I'm like, there's a way to control this chaos, and music was the way to control the chaos. Because growing up with the Who and AC/DC and Kiss and Rush and Van Halen, all those bands, Boston, it was my voice when I was home from school. It was the undisputed friend that never judged you.
right. That's a good way of saying that. Yeah.
And that is how I looked at music. And by the time 1984, that's the thought I got fully. And these were the bands that made me see and feel it.
Yeah.
Just as much as the music, the movies, TV shows, people's attitude, what was going on in the world, all of it. And music was the thing that put it together.
I think, that's a damn good point, because, yeah, music doesn't judge you. It's not going to do you wrong behind your back or anything,
Create your own world and environment out of it.
Yeah.
Versatile. That's why I picked up my book. Like I said, this idea to do this was back in 84. The idea was there. The idea.
Yeah.
And the first outlet I had was Dungeons and Dragons. And that's how I learned to be a writer. Just
yeah,
I wasn't going to fucking get it in high school, because I was already under suspicion. And like I said, that's the word of the night, suspicion. I was already on their radar of what not to be in the world growing up. I was condemned when I walked in those doors at ninth grade.
If you're a heavy metal head in 84, yeah, for sure.
And I had destruction written on the back of my denim jacket at the top. And the religion teacher said, it should say construction, not destruction. I'm like, Mr. Pierce, suck the fucking dick.
That's the last thing.
In the bathroom, you ugly bitch. In my head, I think that I wouldn't do that for real, but you're pissed.
Oh, so, for sure. I used to get sent home from T-shirts all the time.
I got detention for having a Voivod shirt under my dress shirt. I got detention for having cream metal magazines and rock magazines. All of it. I mean, and it wasn't just me. I had there was a black fellow there too, and he was 2 grades up from me. Well, I forget fucking what the hell was his name? I can't remember his name. I see him. He always had a Flotsam and Jetsam Doomsday for the Deceiver back patch. He had that and DRI
Awesome.
and all that shit like on his back patch. I think his name is Jeff. It's Jeff. He lived in Roxborough. I know that. And then my friend Rich Techner and this other guy Jeff Flanagan. He was a classic rock guy. He tolerated me. He thought I was funny because of it. He knew the neighborhood I lived in, so he thought it was funny that I was the way I was. He's like, "Oh, your neighborhood, man. You got all them crazy motherfuckers in your neighborhood. You got all them guys. You got all those crazy drunks." And I was like, "That the Vietnam vet guys." I mean, what did I understand about Vietnam? You just see the after effect of these guys on the street. It's like, wow, what made them fucking crazy? And then you see Rambo and all those other movies, like, whoa, this is heavy shit.
This is what made him crazy. Yeah, it was insane.
So music was such a relatable, exposed nerve to use. That was the outlet.
Well, what's cool with music is, I mean, you can experience things through the music and the lyrics that you may not ever really experience, in real life. So it paints a picture for you. It helps you kind of. I'm not going to say, it's going to be the end all, say all of it, but it exposes you to things you may not have been exposed to, and especially in '84.
And that's when I started paying attention to lyrics, Carl. Yeah. That's the year I started paying. It was really Celtic Frost and Voivod. I started paying attention to the lyrics. Yeah. And it caught me on to what is all this? There's a cult. There's something more than just inverted crosses and Satan and
well, I said in the chat earlier, the War and Pain album actually painted such a world picture of
that's why I made that jacket.
Devastation and just and then this cult rising up, Korgel and all that, and just, it was so cool. And that artwork,
nothing like it.
Yeah,
absolutely never again either. Never again.
No,
or another Nasty Savage or another metal church. There won't be those kind of bands again.
Never.
There won't.
It had to be in that era to be created.
Exactly. Yeah. It just didn't. It's a sign of the times. Because hopefully in our time when we're much older men than we are now, because like George Carlin said, saying older sounds nice than saying old. You're getting older sounds like it lasts longer. That's what I love about Carlin. He's a wordsmith. But hopefully, even if just a couple people maybe find something in anything that I did through my years is reward enough. I don't expect to change the fucking world. To me, that's bullshit.
No.
I'm just expressing me and sharing what I love to do, and that's the magic of the music. Anything after that's a bonus.
I mean, for like at least for me, and I'm sure with you, the reward is just actually getting your music out there. And that's the first thing. And if someone fucking likes it, awesome, but I'm not expecting to change the world or having, all this other stuff. I just I'm happy the music is out there. To me, that's the accomplishment.
Sure.
Getting music permanently put out there.
It's our heart's achievement.
Yeah. And there's no sellout to the music either, you never
can't do it. If I can't be the guy that I need to be, right? If I can't be the guy that I need to be, I can't do it. That's why I left Gorephobia way back. Them guys wanted to be with commercial. I was like, guys, no.
Well, yeah, I mean, was that
doing all that shit? I'm like, I ain't doing that shit.
They were trying to go grunge or something, or is that what you said? Yeah.
Yes.
Right. Can you imagine?
And the management.
How?
I'm telling you, I really was one of the last guys standing. Like,
wow.
What happened to everybody, man?
Can you imagine, like, now if that happened, what that would have done?
I don't know. It's hard to. I only know what I know, and that's it. I don't know. but this kind of stuff that you and I like, I mean, that's what I always look to. It's the thing that, to me, was the undisputed truth.
Yeah,
it showed me what I was and what I was capable of doing.
Musical integrity to me is more important than anything else.
It is. Yeah. I don't care how fucking much money you got.
Nope.
Or I've been here, I've been there. No, nothing buys experience. Nothing buys experience. That is everything. And that is the heart that develops out of it too. I don't care how much money and how many 10 bands you play in. Integrity of your core person is everything.
One of the ways, like, I judge, I know we're going off a little track from 1984, but I judge my music is when 1984 Carl think this is cool.
Yeah.
when I
Yeah.
write. You know.
That's a good way to put it. That's why I said, like, I always find myself, I'll listen to Nasty Savage, Exciter, Razor, Voivod a lot, Motorhead a lot, Venom. Always, because that's the thing that really made me who I am. It did. It shaped me, just like the band shaped you. It's in us. It's just in us. And that was the year where it really was the start of being the person that I am. It really was the start. And that was inside of me, and I didn't know how to get it to come out yet till way later. But, I just thought it would be nice to show a character narrative of what was inside of my head that I wanted, but it wasn't out physically yet. But inside of me, this is exactly how I seen myself. This is how I seen myself in that year. And it empowered me, and it was my voice.
That's cool. That's a
And
cool
it was my
concept.
best friend. Yeah, it was my best friend. It was my loyalty, my best friend.
So this was created in 1984, the foundation.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then just develop from there.
That's how I looked at it. Yeah. For me.
That's awesome, Chris.
Yeah.
Because I mean, and too, by 1984, it was just so pure.
And Metallica too. At that time, nobody fucking knew who they were.
Oh, in 84? No.
Yeah.
Just the metalheads. Underground metalheads, yeah.
Right. And Anthrax's Fistful of Metal that album's fucking flawless, start to finish. There's a lot of stuff that was really great, but I had 15 to pick from.
Well, okay, let's talk about that. Let's talk about some of the ones that were left off the list that you kind of wanted to put on. We don't like go into elaborate detail, but what were a couple of the ones you wish you could have, but just couldn't make the cut?
I wanted to put Carnivore's Cry Wolf song on there from the 1984 demo. I wanted that song. That song is so great. But when Francisco said he had problems with Carnivore more than once, and I said, you would think that the demo, and he's like, I don't know. He's like, I was like, well, then I don't want to have a problem, because when I did 83, remember I was playing Motorhead and it shut it down.
Yeah.
Merciful Fate, it shut down after Evil already played it. So I don't want to do that. But so there was that was another one. It was a Pile Driver off of Metal Inquisition. I wanted to pick Sex with Satan. I love that song, probably the best off that album.
That album, literally, the cover sold me when I saw it in the record store.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, I got to get this.
And Raven's Live at the Inferno was huge for me. That's one of my favorite live albums. So I mean, Let It Rip is a great track off of there. The Hell Patrol Live, Crash Bang Wallop, everything off of that runs really fucking loud and hot on that live album. I had Hellhammer's Apocalyptic Raid. I was going to do Third of Storms, but I was like, you know what? I already did them in 83 with Messiah, because that's the first song one of the first songs I learned on guitar. I was like, so it meant something a little bit for me, so that's why I put that there. I'm trying not to do the same ones year after year, but as the years go on, like we said, there's more of it that comes out. I had I had Judas Priest, Defenders of the Faith. I had to pick Jawbreaker for that off of there. I love that song. I love the lead works on that song specifically. The lead work.
Which song was it again, though?
Jawbreaker.
From who?
Judas Priest.
Okay, Judas Priest. That's what I thought. I didn't hear you say Judas Priest.
Free Will Burning. Free Will Burning was another one.
Dude, Free Will Burning is it's almost speed metal.
And I remember that was on MTV on a heavy rotation too at that year.
Yeah, the kid playing the video game.
That and Scorpions Rock You Like a Hurricane. They were huge. It was everywhere.
All the time.
That's where the older kids were getting. They were getting that. And the Iron Maiden, Power Slave was huge. I had it. I saw Iron Maiden for Power Slave.
Don't forget the boombox.
Yep.
In 84.
Always. That was huge. And most of the things I bought were the tapes.
Because you could take them with you in the boombox, yeah.
And the record labels I looked at was Metal Blade, it was Megaforce Important Records, Music for Nations, Bonsai, or Cobra Records out of Canada. And there was
I remember, yeah.
and Enigma was like part of Metal Blade too. I remember that.
Yeah, I think they did like the first ones, right? They helped them get out there and all that, and then make them.
Yeah, I think Enigma put out Sentence to Death with the American cover, the different version than the one that you see now.
Mm-hmm.
When they're laying on the tomb with the skull, you can tell it's a freshly made model skull coming out of the tomb. Like that's the record I have. You know, like what else? What else was? Hey, Francisco.
I'm back. I'm back.
Living Death, Vengeance from Hell. That album.
Oh, Living Death.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, I had that. Had Tank, Honor and Blood.
Mm-hmm.
Lee Aaron's Metal Queen. Wasp, the debut for Wasp, of course, was great. That
Wasp debut is a American metal classic. Yeah.
Yeah, but for me, that's the only album I liked. I tried the other ones; they just
not even nothing off Alaska Man.
But here's the reason why. By the time, think about the time period when those albums came out. You're talking this stuff that we just played was already out.
Yeah,
Anything to me that was related to that glam scene in California, I was like, I didn't want nothing to do with it.
It wasn't as heavy as the first album produced wise. Yeah, so
because it was the time period.
Yeah,
it was the time period. I'm like, where's the Voivod at? Where's the Razor at? I want those bands.
You guys should be getting heavier, not softer. But
that's what I thought. Yeah. Not that they were bad. Because I liked the first Rad album, you know, Motley Crue was fine, Too Fast for Love Shout, that was fine, but they just did not stick. None of that stuff stuck like what I played tonight. None of it.
Well, because like you just said, we were getting heavier stuff, and those bands went softer on the later releases. So it was like, fuck this poser stuff, you know.
Yeah. By the time they did all that shit, I was like, I want absolutely nothing to do with Los Angeles metal scene. Fucking nothing to do with it no more. It got bad.
All right, let's give away some patches, shall we?
Sure.
Normally I would do the Wheel of Death, but we got too many people that I don't feel like typing, so we're just gonna go pick a number. Pick a number. So Carl, can you put a number in the private chat between 1 and 60?
1 and 60. All right. Let me think something.
Because this is always fun seeing people just churn numbers out.
All right, is there?
All right, cool. Let me see. All right, I got it. All right, so yeah, go ahead. 1 through 60. Go ahead. You guys see it? Let me know. I don't see it yet. Don't see it yet. Don't see it yet.
Nope.
Don't see it yet. Don't see it. Some really close ones. Close ones. Somebody got really close. So if you think you got close, stay around the number you picked. Really, look at all these comments. Just fucking go. I don't see us. Oh, really close.
That's funny.
Somebody got really close. Oh man.
Keep it going.
Wait, did I see it? No, I don't see it. I don't see it. Where we at? Oh, no, it's not egg. Oh, did I just see it? Yeah. Oh,
yeah, I see it.
I see it.
Got it.
Yeah, it's right above Roy, right?
Let me go back because it already passed it. Everybody's still putting in damn
numbers. Is that the first one? Is that the first one? Right above Roy? At 10:09? Right above Death Metal Podcast? Is that the first one?
I don't see it.
Right here.
10:09. Yeah, I saw that. I think
that's the first one, right?
Yes.
All right, so Warhammer 666. You get to pick whether you want the black border Omen of Masochism or the blue border Omen of Masochism patch, and email me at, where's my damn email? Email me right here and tell me you won a Agoraphobia patch.
The blue
and I hope rare. Yeah, so Warhammer, I hope you're in the US.
Yeah, that
because I'm not sending this to
overseas. You pay shipping.
Overseas, yeah,
like $25 to send a $5 patch, right?
Yeah, exactly.
5 times more than it costs to make it.
So email me at that email and tell me you won the blue. You say you wanted the blue Omen of Masochism patch. So email me, and if anybody knows who Shinobi is, he never emailed me about something he won before. So if you don't email me, I don't know how to get it to you. All right. In Jersey, he's in Jersey.
Oh wow.
All right. Okay. Cool. All right. So I'll put this aside for you. Email me. So while we're at it, let's go ahead and go for the black one. So give us a chance. We'll make this a little easier. So 1 through 30, Carl, put a number.
Okay. Don't start yet. 1 through 30.
Don't start yet.
All right. Sending now.
All right, I got it. All right, 1 through 30 for the black border agoraphobia patch. Let's go. Nope. I'm secretly Warhammer. No, you're not. Stop it.
Okay, hold on. Let me put it in there real quick. I want to win.
yeah. No, it's not 48 again. It's 1 through 30. Oh, we got a winner. We got a winner.
I see it.
We got a winner. We got a winner. We have 2 people said the number, but I got to go with the first one. Who was the first?
First one wins.
Was it? Let me go back. Cody.
Yeah.
Cody, with 11 was the number. So Cody, email me, and I will send this agoraphobia patch, Omen of Masochism patch, to your doorstep. Cody.
And by the way, those patches, they didn't come from Patchmaster, I don't think. They come from a guy in South America.
Oh, okay.
I
Pull
think
the plug?
from South America.
Yep.
I don't think it was from Patchmaster. I don't think so.
Okay, so email me there. Tell me you won the black border patch, and give me your address, and I'll mail it out to you. Cool.
Yeah, I had
All
those
right.
for a while too. So I'm more than happy to let somebody get those things. Yeah.
Those are nice. Very
All right. So
well made.
anybody. So on this one, anybody who was in the who did the super chat will get a chance to win the BLOODSTORM CD. All right. So if you were in the super chat, I'm going to put you in the Wheel of Death. I'm going to put your name in the Wheel of Death, and you will win this Pestilence from the Dragon Star CD, brand new.
That's a classic. That's a real good one.
Thanks, Carl.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, come on.
Hard to get too. So
you know what? I think I've told Chris this, but I think when I saw agoraphobia live is when it clicked with me. I saw you guys play in Houston. I don't remember what year it was, but I mean, I like the stuff, but for some reason, whenever I saw you guys live and performing and the whole stage show and everything, it just clicked with me that day. It was that's what kind of reeled me in a little more. You know what I mean?
Well, for the BLOODSTORM stuff,
yeah.
I started doing that.
Huh? BLOODSTORM. Yeah, when I saw you guys live, that's when it kind of I got it. I mean, not that I didn't get it, but it was like.
No, I understand.
You know what I mean? Yep. It's kind of like when I saw Pius Levis live. It was the same.
These guys. Thing. What was it? 99 Sacrifice of Nazarene Child.
Yeah. Yes, Christmas time.
Dude, they were tearing it up. It was insane, dude.
Yeah, and that's what did it for me.
Destroy.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, I was like, they're great live. This is shit.
I don't think I no offense or nothing, but I don't think Chris wants anybody coming over his house to pick anything up.
You can come over and have a cup of coffee and we'll talk shit, you know?
There you go. But anyway, so if you're
an open door with people. I'm pretty
is this what's on is I can't my old eyes. Is this the CD? Does this have bonus stuff on there or is this the album?
1 sec, I'm trying to think. I think he put the demo. I think Hartmouth, when he put that out, he put the Iron Flames of Battle demo on it.
Oh shit!
Well,
all right, I'm keeping it. No, I'm kidding. I got the original. I got the original Iron Flames of Battle demo from Chris. He personally handed it to me at an Apsu show in 1997. So
cool, great. I'm glad I had him with me.
You did. You said, "Hey, here, man." I'm like, "Cool," because I think we had told. It's like, "Hey, we just drove." I think we drove like it was me, my buddy Ray, and my buddy Kerry. We drove. Me and Kerry drove from here to Austin, where my buddy Ray was living, which was 3 hours, and then from there we drove to Arlington, which was another 3 hours.
Wow. Francisco
to go see him.
Francisco, can they still super chat to get in?
If you want to get on it, you can super chat and if you want. So we'll keep chatting it up or whatever.
So that's your chance, guys. If you want to get in, do a super chat if you haven't.
Yeah, if you haven't. So I will leave you guys to it, and I will start putting the names on the wheels. All right, on the wheel of death. So Never More Rules is probably going to win because he wins everything.
You know what? I don't think it is. I don't know if that is on this because.
Oh, I don't know. What is this? This is numbered. This is hand numbered 245 out of 66. 666.
Isn't that terrible? I can't remember what the fuck I put on my own CDs. Woo woo!
I know.
One of them's got the Bloodstorm demo on it. I thought it was that. When Hartmouth did it, he put it as bonus tracks. He put like things hidden on it. And
maybe it's on there. I don't know. Like I said, I didn't touch it. I don't want to play it because it's not for me. So I will gladly. All right. Anyway. All right. So I'll let you guys. I'm gonna find the chat. If you guys want to keep chatting it up, I'll set the wheel up for a spin. And
all right, he's setting it up. So get your super chats in if you want to win a chance. There you go.
The price is right.
The price is right. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but okay. So let's go over on what's getting reissued again, so everybody's up to date. Because I even forgot. I know a couple things are, but what's going on with the Bloodstorm reissues?
Well, the original format for Atlantean War Dragon, I still have some copies of those, and that was by Angie's Embers out of Italy. That was Nicola that did Hellflame.
Hellflame zine. Yeah, good guy.
He did those. Yes, he did that. I still have some of those. I have the Passage of the Dragon Star CD. I have Ancient Wraith of Ku that just got reissued. And both of those albums were reissued by Barbarian Wrath, courtesy of Cheryl from Witch's Brew.
Hartman's ex-wife, right? Or widow? Yeah, that's all you. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So she still has them. I have some copies of that still. And I have copies of Curseness from the Cinder Witch still available.
That's so good. All of them are good, but that was a great comeback. I don't know if it's a comeback, but the last record's fantastic.
Carl, look at my position, man. Everybody kind of around me changed.
I know.
Yeah. I didn't. And some people just can't, like my brother, he just can't do it no more. He couldn't do it because of his arm and all that. He just can't do it no more.
Playing them drums like that is a physical. Yeah, right. It's tough. Yeah.
And all the rest of you guys living either in Florida or Texas.
Well, come on down, Chris.
One day, man, one day. So I'm grateful I got Jim Rowe. Jim, he's a perfect backing for me, man. And
Jim's great. I mean,
he breathed
fantastic
life
drummer.
into me. Yeah, he breathed life into me. After working with him with Gorephobia, me and him get along so well.
When was the last Bloodstorm album between this one and Curse of the Cinder Witch?
Oh shit, that was Syrian Storm, and that was 2015. Was it?
Somewhere in there.
Yeah, I think it was like 2015 that came out. Yeah, it's been a fucking while, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's like 8 years roughly since the last fully.
The Stellar Exorcism was the last one before Cursedness. And it's a shame because Thomas kind of dropped off from doing stuff. And when he dropped off, I'm like, well, I'm on my own now.
Does he even still do the label much?
I don't know. Thomas has children. He's married, children, all that.
I ordered something and it was his label still, and I still got it, but he threw in a bunch of extra CDs. I was like, hell yeah, thanks. But yeah, I was just wondering what he was up to lately.
Last time I spoke to him was I think the first year COVID hit. He called me and I was like, hey man, how you been? And yeah, it's just life moved on for him too, and
another I had good drummer.
Yeah, I had Eva was 1 year old in 2015, so I was like, just things changed. Thomas was on his way out. He didn't want to. The reason why we didn't play as many shows between Syrian Storm and the Stellar Exorcism because Thomas didn't want to play out no more.
Okay.
He didn't want to play out, and he's a drummer, and it's just like, if you don't want to play out, it's kind of difficult.
That kind of, it's hard to play the show without the drummer.
And there's fucking nobody up here.
All right, I think I got it. I think I got everybody's name. Oh, there's Shinobi. Shinobi, email me, dude. You never emailed me about what you won last time. I think you won. I gotta remember. Gorophobius. I mean, I don't know what you want, but email me.
Watch the replay of the show. You'll find out.
Yeah, I will. Yeah. All right, so here we go. Let me share this thing here. Wheel of Death. Got everybody on there. There we go. All right, so everybody was super chatting. That would be Impede, Necron, T-Bone, Bloodstone, Travis P, Zulema, Joker, Cody, Megan, Evermore, Rotten Punks, JD, Nick, Mike V, Kyle P, Ruby, Seaman, and Chaos Goat. So that is 19 of you.
Did you get Warhammer? He just put
Oh, shit. Warhammer.
Yeah. All right. Last one, I guess. I don't know. That's
Or,
up to Texas go.
Warhammer already won something. Maybe he'll win something again. Right? Yeah, he can go in.
Kyle Powell.
I got you, Warhammer. All right. All right, so here we go. So we're going to spin it. Let me shuffle it up. You guys can see the shuffling, right? So
It's
there's
shuffling.
no funny business. No funny business. All right, so here we go. So you're going to email me. There we go. And away. This shit's fucking fun.
Who's going to get it?
Face the wheel.
Ooh.
Oh, just
Chaos
on the line. Chaos Goat. I think he came in like literally last minute.
He was one of the later ones.
He was one of the later ones. Yeah, yeah. Where? Let me see. I know I saw his name. There he is. Wait, that ain't him. Where's he at? Didn't I see his name in there? There it is. Chaos Goat. That's right. Just to make sure. There you go. So Chaos Goat, email me and tell me you won the BLOODSTORM Pestilence from the Dragon Star CD. And I will get it. Actually, I have some stuff to send you. So everybody that won something on the show, I've been packaging things up, and I'm going to get to the post office this week. And I will get this out. Chaos Goat, I know you had won something, so I will add this to your already packet. I think you won like 2 things. I can't remember, but now you won 3. So anyway,
yeah, Merry New Year, as Eddie Murphy said.
Awesome.
Very new, yeah.
Pat Sajak has spoken. All right, let me remove this thing. So yeah,
can we talk about Pat's Chili Dogs?
That place that's in Folsham. That's off of 2. There's 2 of them, Folsham, and where's the other place? It wasn't at the mall like I thought it was. That was Jim Steaks. So that was one of them was in Folsham. Where the other one was at?
Would you go to them?
No, they were out. They're outside the city.
Okay, all right.
They're outside the city. But one of them was in Folsham.
Really?
Yeah, the one.
Justin, actually Justin, he won a couple of CDs last time too. He won and I got it here. I got everybody's names. He won I think he won a Cursedness CD and a Atlantan War Dragon CD.
Oh.
So I got everything here.
That Atlantic War Dragon, that's the real deal, man. That's how the real album was supposed to be.
St. Petersburg.
Fuck up.
I have both versions, and that version is superior. Yeah.
Thank you. Because it had a song cut out of it too. What a picture that was.
Stuff in labels, man.
That's like getting your record all fucking jumbled up, you know?
Yeah. Anyway, all right, there we go. All right, so email me anyway, Chaos Goat. Email me. That way I don't forget. All right, because I will forget.
I will impede the Pius Levis Omega Vortex still. I'm just not going to the post office till after the new year because but I'm gonna mail it to you, dude.
Oh, Chris, how can we buy merch directly from you?
PayPal.
What do you have? What do you have available?
I was just telling Carl all this.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Let's do it again.
Well, I'll do it again if you want. Yeah. I still have copies of Cursedness of the Cinder Witch on CD.
Yep.
These are all CDs, by the way. Pestilence from the Dragon Star. Ancient Wraith of Ku. I have 4 Gorephobia CDs left of Vile Beasts of Abomination. I think 4 of them I have left. And the original format of Atlantean War Dragon.
There you go. And do you have any of those Vile Beast CDs left?
Play the music. Hold on.
Oh, he thinks I don't have it. I have it.
Let me see. This was the box that it was in.
The merch
This is
box.
all from, oh yeah, I do have a couple. Let me say I'll count them. I got,
Ooh,
oh shit.
man! If you get one of those, you better get on that shit right now.
Yeah, don't pay those Discog prices.
Vile Beast. Yeah, this is from Mr. Roy Fox's Necroharmonic.
Cool.
So I got 3. What's this? Is this one? 4. There's another one. What's this? Oh shit! I got more than I thought. I got 14 of them.
Holy shit.
I got a little unwrapped one of them.
Oh, so you just got to put them. You got to put them together. Then that's all.
Yeah. Oh, well, here's the fucking fun part. Having the tray cards.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the fun part. Do I
That
have
never
any-
matches up. Ugh.
Oh, wait a minute. Here we go. How many do I?
There's
I
some
know.
right there.
1, 2, 3, 4. I got 5 trade cards left, but I have 14 CDs.
Woo!
And I have a bunch
Better
of
get
covers.
on it.
Yeah, you better get on that shit now. Get that Agoraphobia Vile Beast of Vile Beast of Abomination CD.
And so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and so I got 14 left. But I only have 5 trade cards left.
Okay, so actually, so what's his name? What I don't know if he emailed you or not, but I'm gonna ask Dibs for Harold from Caveman Cult 101.
Already got it. Already got it, Francesco.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
Great,
he emailed
great.
me. I emailed him back.
Awesome.
I told him the way to get a hold of me, so when he makes a payment, I'll have it. So
All right, so so it's, let me put his email address so that way you could just email him and we don't do none of that shit here, right? So let's
you
go.
need my email address.
Chris G. Mazzater us at Hotmail. He's old school.
Sorry.
Oh, you're good. So that's the email. If you want
good.
to buy stuff directly from Chris, email right there, and you can ask. I think how much the Bloodstorm CDs and Agoraphobia CD. You better get on this shit now because that shit's gonna go. So email him.
$15 postage paid each CD. $15.
15. Oh man, you really better get on that shit right now.
That's a deal.
Get that.
How much does CDs go for anymore? What am I in fucking 1990 prices?
I mean, well, yeah, because it's out of print, but
The
you know,
rarity of it. That's
Yeah.
Look, I'd rather let people have it, man. Seriously, it's
So,
not gonna fucking sit here and get dust in my room.
So 15 plus shipping, I'd say about 20 shipped. And if you want to leave them a tip, you can do that too. But
If you decide to, that's nice. $15 postage paid is fine with me.
okay.
I just want people to have it and enjoy it.
There's nothing wrong with Hotmail. It's just, it's funny to laugh at because it's fucking.
It was one of the first ones. Yeah.
One of the first ones. It's like having a fucking house phone still at your house.
And you know what it is too? Most people, that's how they get a hold of me is because of that. So
Yeah. So email him there, Chris G. Mazzaris at hotmail.com. You better get on that shit. There we go. I'll leave it up there. AOL is where it's at.
Nevermore, Matt. The highest leaves hoodies aren't officially out. When I'll announce them when they're officially out. They're not. It'll be after the new year. So he was saying I never got back to him in the chat. I was like, they're just not out yet. Officially. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have no shirts yet either.
So he did you one better. He told you in person, sort of.
Yeah, that's getting back right now live.
Right now, live.
There you go. Stands in history.
There you go. Email sent to you. All right, cool. All right, so yeah, I'll leave this email up there if you guys are interested in buying directly from Chris, which I think you should. Support the man. Again, everybody that super chatted, man, thank you. That's cool. So what else we got? Did y'all go through any questions?
There weren't really
there were
many.
people-
We were just chatting. Oh, Mike
Okay.
V sent a super chat wanting to come on. I said that's up to Francisco.
No. We don't have room for anybody. And this is We don't have. Sorry, Mike. Not today. Not today. Only person that can come on other than me and Carl could possibly be Roy or Chris's brother Frank, and that's it. So
Tell Frank what's up, by the way, when you see him.
I will. He's sick, man. He's downstairs, but he had a flu.
All right.
So,
That sucks.
yeah, he was trying to eat. It didn't go down well, and he had an involuntary protein spill by the toilet.
yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Oh, so the Agoraphobia demo is coming out on Picture Disc. Did y'all talk about that?
Yeah, the hell's
No.
that? I don't know when he's doing it though. I don't know when it's
Yeah,
coming out, or the Pestilence from the Dragonstorm vinyl. I don't know when he's.
yeah. Those will all be next year sometime.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it'll be nice.
Yep. All right. Well, cool. Anybody have any questions you need to get out? You want to fucking ask right now? Because yeah. What is it? 10:30 here. All right. We'll go for a little bit longer, but not too much longer. Sorry, I had to bail for a little bit, but I had to take care of some stuff.
Yeah, I'm off tomorrow. Lucky me. I'm off until school don't go back till the 2nd, so I have a couple more days. I'm lucky.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I just got 2 more days of work, but yeah, I went back to work today, so
Life of a school bus driver. You're off when the kids are off.
school bus driver. Somebody said you should drive around in your fucking yeah.
I did it one time. I had the hood on back when I was driving for Our Lady of Fatima. I got away with it for
Nice.
Halloween.
Were you
Yeah.
listening to Pile Driver? Pile Driver.
Back then, I had a CD player, and actually on that bus,
Oh, JD has a question. Barbarian Wrath. What's that's the label, right?
yeah, that was Hartmut. That was Cheryl's husband. He passed away years ago.
Oh.
He went on a table for a procedure.
Ooh.
And it just never came out of it the same,
Oh.
and he just sort of deteriorated, and finally she had to pull the plug. I think, I don't want to talk too much about it out of respect for her and him.
Oh, yeah, I got you.
You know, he stayed at my house for about a week one time. You remember that?
Yeah.
It was an adventure. Hartmut.
Here's a question. Where was your gear made?
I did it,
There you go.
except for the
Once-
hood.
If you want something done right, you do it yourself.
You talking about the hood? This. I bought the hood, but I did all the spikes myself, and I did the painting,
Yeah.
all the emblems and all the sigils and everything. I did all that on my own. That's all.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I did that. I spiked it up more. It didn't have enough. And then when I did this, my jacket, I took an old leather jacket, and I wanted to make it look as close to Mad Max as I could.
Yeah, that's what everybody was saying in the chat.
I bolted the shoulder pad onto the leather jacket. I used bolts.
Oh, that's cool.
And yep, it's a real official, and I had to paint it. I used to paint something, and this is the back I put on the back. Was my sigil on the back for my, I guess, if you could, I don't know if you can see it that straight, but
No, that's better.
it's rustic looking. The whole idea was to have it be rustic looking.
Yep.
If possible.
T-Bone wants to know if you still have any of the cool as loincloths you had with early BLOODSTORM.
Yes, I do. I have everything I've ever worn. I do have still.
There you go.
So the jacket was self-made. I chopped it all up. I did this to the arm too. Put studs on the arm. Because remember, if you look at Max's jacket, he has part of his sleeve on one side of his jacket. So I just put studs on it under there too. So that, these were bought. I had a guy make these for me though, because I wanted something else besides spikes. So I wanted rings. So I got to do ring mail on these. But I got to tell you something, trying to play with these things on, it gets in the way. It's so hard to do it when you're trying to pick fast. It gets in the way.
Yep.
Yeah.
So what I normally did after I had the experience of that one time, I decided to put one side on the playing side, because the picking hand I had to have free. It was hitting strings and shit. As cool as it looks, and I love it. The reality of it is, if you're a shit artist on stage, it ain't worth having on. And that's just the reality of it. I don't care how many fucking spikes you got on you. If you can't play your song, don't put it on you. You know, and sometimes I had to learn it. You know, I had to learn what worked for me and what didn't. But it's trial and error. And like I said in the show, it's all because of Nasty Ronnie and Voivod that I do this at such extreme levels. You know, Celtic Frost too. You know,
So there's a new Mad Max coming out.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Warhammer wants to know how bad will Chris Hemsworth fuck up the new Mad Max film?
It'll be a complete train wreck.
There you go. There you go.
It's going to be Hollywood 5-alarm fuck up. I guarantee it. Guarantee it.
Yep.
And they should leave all them fucking films alone. I keep hearing I want to see that Exorcist Believer, but I ain't paying $2 to see that fucking.
Did you
film.
not like Fury Road, Chris?
No, that I liked.
Because it's still the original director. What's his name?
Well,
Dave Miller, or I forget, but he's still in charge.
Is he? Because I'm worried they're going to make it politically correct, and I hate politically correct films
That
with a passion.
you might be right.
I hate that fucking garbage shoved down your throat. I fucking hate it.
All right.
Just
So
make the fucking movie and leave your political agenda bullshit out of it, and all pronouns and adverbs or adjective, whatever you decide to call yourself today. You want to be a fucking lighter today? Be a lighter. Whatever. I'm not going to entertain that garbage. It's either a man or a woman. Stop it with all that other junk.
here's a question. Did you ever write Quarton?
No, I never did. I
What
wrote
about
Nasty Savage. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I said I wrote Nasty Savage. I was part of the Iron Gang with Voivod. I wrote to Razor, wrote to Exciter. Destruction had a fan club thing like what Sodom did. I think they were there was something, an agency that did Sodom Creator, Destruction, Tankard, and I think it was run by Noise International. The only letter I ever got back out of that was from Sodom. I got an official, like a newsletter. That's the only thing I ever got from them. Dave Carlo wrote me back physically. Rob Urbanenti of Sacrifice wrote to him once. Tony Patera Whiplash, I used to write to him.
Oh yeah.
Who else? Exciter. I got a newsletter back with a bunch of like a merchandise form and shit like that. Nothing.
No letter.
No
Actual
letter. Yeah, no actual letter. From back, I'm trying to think of the back of the day guys. You know, like the album bands.
What was the Celtic Frost fan mail? Necromaniac Union, or what was
The
it?
Necromantic Union.
Yeah,
Romantic. That's right.
Yeah. Never got nothing back from that. I did write to that. Never got nothing back.
Right.
So,
all right, here's a question for everybody in the chat. So 1985, we'll probably do 1985 again in 3-4 weeks or so. So Chris will start working on 1985 as soon as we get off here tonight. Guarantee it. And he will
Awesome.
And he will be ready. He will be ready in a few weeks. He'll be ready I say he'll be ready in 2 days or maybe a day, but
I'm sorry, Francisco.
no, it's awesome. I appreciate the enthusiasm for doing it. I don't have to do shit. All I have to do is, I do have to do shit. I have to set it all up and all that, but I don't have to sit here and talk, which is great.
Put up with me. You put up with me, Messenger. Thank you.
Okay.
No, it's not putting up with it. All right, go ahead, Carl.
Although Fraser actually sent something pretty good. He said, check this out. It was on Amazon, the Atlantean War Dragon CD, the original, $188.
Holy shit.
What?
Yeah.
Is he for real?
He's for real. It's for real. If you go look
No, he
at
knows.
Did you
Yeah,
find it?
it's
Did you say eBay, Carl?
Amazon.com.
Amazon.
Thanks, JD. I'm still waiting for the stuff.
Michael says he still has his letter from John DePlache.
Oh, harsh.
Episode fucking ruled. It did rule. I think everybody was highly entertained today. It was not only a stories, but it was also a more of a visual presentation today, which was cool.
That was great.
Well, it makes sense, and that's what I was explaining. It had to make sense why I got the way I was really the start of that year and what was going on socially and environment around me and how things were changing, me coming into being a teenager, and just that was the thing that I can gravitate to that expressed me the best. So yeah.
Yeah, you got to go watch it. Yeah, even if you watched it once, go back and watch it again. If you watch the whole thing, go watch it again. You'll probably hear something he says that you didn't even. Because when you're watching stuff, there's always 80 other things going on around you, and you may miss something, right?
It's a great
And I
playlist just to work to anyway. I mean,
Yeah,
Exactly.
I gotta say, when I got into the mode, another reason why I got into the Madis
Yeah.
persona is it was the best way for me to like explain that year because that's really how I thought of myself inside of myself, and those bands, and of course the whole album, not just the song, but you only pick one, but the representation really was the thing that's developed, and I just wanted people to understand that going through this, that inside of my head is how I saw myself inside, that I wanted to be even back then. And it was really due to those bands and that music and that time frame and all the fighting going on in my neighborhood. It just the shit I got to see was like, whoa, fuck. I better make a better decision because this is going to lead me either down a bad way or I'm going to take something and be constructive with it. I could have easily been this depressed son of a bitch and robbed people and had to flunked out of school and all that other junk. I decided to take all the negativity around me, use music as the portal to churn it and just whoosh. It helped me develop something.
All right. So in the chat, people in the chat. So let's do a little preview. What are some of your favorites from 1985? Because
that's Seven Churches is one of them.
So, I mean, of course, Slayer, Halloween. The easy ones are Seven Churches, Hell Awaits,
Onslaught, Power from Hell.
Power from Hell.
Yeah, that was huge.
What else? What else was 85?
Metal Heart. I love Metal Heart. Nasty Savage had their debut album come out.
Oh yeah,
that was 85. Yeah,
for real. That's when I got to hear them for real. Shit, I'm giving away my fucking plethora, ain't I?
No.
Well, Sodom, of course, because that's when the Sign of Evil officially came out, the EP, and that fucking made a whole other level of Venom for me. Shit, man. Acid had Engine Beast, and you know what? A big one for me was Venom's From Hell to the Unknown album. There was all these outtake songs that were on that album.
Yeah. From Hell to the Unknown, yeah.
Oh, it blew my mind, that gatefold.
Bonded by Blood.
Oh,
that's another one.
I already know what song's coming off of that record onto that 85. I already know.
All right, well, I'm asking them. I don't want you to spoil it. I'm asking them.
I'm sorry. Spilling the beans.
What do they say on court? When they tell the jury to disregard whatever was just said or whatever.
Right there from the records. Disregard that comment when you got the stenographer.
Yeah. It's been stricken from the record. Yeah. Oh fuck! Oh
yeah, there you go.
How can we forget? Oh man, so many good ones. Careless Whisper by Wham. That's another great one. Anyway, but yeah, I know. Yeah, so don't get. There's some
Iron
good ones.
Angel.
Iron Angel.
Absolutely.
Masters 85 demo. Was it Death Strike 85 or that was 84? I don't know.
There's just a lot. There's so much stuff by that year.
85 had a lot of good
Death Strike was 84,
extreme demos.
Right in the middle of the decade, and it was just another whole level.
I mean, Insanity's Fire Death Fate demo. Fuck.
Fast.
That's 85, dude.
So
Carnivore.
Well, Carnivore. We can talk about Carnivore because I can't play Carnivore. That shit will get me shut down.
It never happens to me.
Razor, Exciter,
Bulldozer.
Yeah, Bulldozer Day, because it's that Speed Kills album.
Artillery. Oh yeah, I remember you were playing since you picked Running Wild. Running Wild is on that death metal compilation. Was that was 84, right? The death metal compilation with Hellhammer. Who was it? Running Wild and Avenger and Halloween.
One is
Celtic Frost.
No. It's the one that's just called death metal.
Death metal comp.
Yeah, it's got Hellhammer, Running Wild, Avenger.
I know what you're talking about.
Was
Halloween?
Was Raging Death 85?
No, that's 87.
87. Yeah, I'm way off.
Had Metal Revolution album came out. That was big for me too.
Dark Avenger, that's what it was. Not Avenger. Dark Avenger was on that hit. 85.
We Have Arrived. Was that 85?
I think
so. Yeah, Overkill.
Exodus, Spawned by Blood.
There's a lot of good shit. 85, yeah, it's still.
Yeah, it's gonna be fucking nuts. And some hardcore stuff too started popping up better.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, I think COC. I'm gonna be sitting here like Francisco knows me good enough now. I'm gonna be.
Yeah, I don't ever like. I wait. I literally wait. I literally wait till the last hour before I like. All right, so this is it. This is what we're going with.
Before you start downloading videos.
So Megatherion. Oh my God, Jesus
that's right.
Labyrinth Return. There's a Journey into Fear song on all that stuff. There's
yeah. Anyway, hey man, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut it here. Appreciate everybody that hung out today. Like I said, we had at one point I noticed like 79 days. We were like breaking that 80 people in the chat at one point, and that's cool. That's very cool. So I appreciate everybody. If you're new here and you haven't really checked anything else out, check all of Chris's playlists from 80 to now. There's a bunch of other shit on the channel. If you like, if you like anything, just click that little subscribe thing, and you'll get those notifications. I think.
Please like, share, and subscribe to Francisco's channel and to Necron's channel.
Thank you.
Share and subscribe us. Yes.
Yep.
We're a nice unified underground heavy metal channel here. It's nice. Good camaraderie. Good people.
Yep.
That's what our music's about, man.
So yeah, 85's coming up. Maybe just 3 to 4 weeks or so. Just depends. Again, Monday I have another show, and then Carl has a show Friday on his channel. All about Swedish metal.
It's going to be all Swedish metal, death thrash.
Swedish metal.
And when do you want me to do the Betsy bitch?
Whenever she can.
Like, do you have like
I don't have a date. I don't have anything booked after like next week.
So maybe like the second week of January, maybe I'll contact her.
Yeah, it could probably work. I'm also I haven't mentioned it. Oh, there it is.
How cool is that?
If you guys want to see some extra stuff that I don't put on there, you go on the Patreon. I put up a thing with Paul Ledney on Tuesday. We talked about Weeping in Heaven and talked about the early days of Profanatica, and specifically about the song Weeping in Heaven. He gave some cool insight to that even I didn't know about, and I thought I knew everything about Profanatica, but I didn't. So you can $2 to subscribe to that. That's all it costs.
$2.
And you'll get a bunch of cool shit. Go check out the 6.66 questions I did with Chris. That one was cool. You get to see Chris on the Ultimate Revenge 2 at the very end of the video.
Francisco, that was just before Forbidden, that clip. That was
exactly. Yeah, it's right at the beginning of the video. Literally, he comes on in the first 30 seconds of that video or something.
Yeah, it was me, my friend Ray out at the bottom, and then my brother's girlfriend Linda was right there.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yep. Hey, what's your radio show? Is it like a local thing, online thing? I'd like to check that out.
Metal Obsession is Mike's show.
Metal Obsession?
Yeah, that's his show. He always gets shut down all the time. The poor guy. We try to do something, but he still goes, man. Is he on?
Hey, put the.
I don't know what it.
Put your info on here. I think people would be interested in checking that out.
Yeah, Mike did a underground radio show up in Buffalo when he was. I think he was in school when he was doing it, or he was either in high school or I think so. He was part of a college radio thing. He was playing demos back then.
And was he friends with like Brian Patterson and those people?
I can tell you better than I can. I just know that he was doing that stuff.
It was in Night Conquerors Day, right?
Yeah.
And Tear Stain. Total Merciful Fate.
Oh shit. Yeah. Oh yeah. So yeah, put your info in the chat there, Michael. People go check your shit out. I'd like to check it out.
He's a solid guy. It's always nice to see him here.
Yeah, cool. Oh, look, here's another guy with a cool show. Johnny from San Antonio. I was Merciless Onslaught also on online radio show that's cool as shit.
He needs to do more of them daytime shows. I can catch him while I'm working.
Hey, actually, Johnny, since you're here, I was going to ask you if you wanted to do a Merciless Onslaught type of show, but on here, where we do Merciless Onslaught, but on the YouTube, where you're playing the same shit, but we're playing the songs on here, and you could be on screen or whatever. So like let me know.
Jamming Out All Badass presents Merciless Onslaught or something.
Yeah, just so people can get a taste of what he does.
Shit, Johnny's underground as fuck, dude.
All right, you're down. I'll hit you up soon, and we'll make it happen. Johnny
Death? Australian Johnny Death?
No, he's Johnny Hell Preacher from San Antonio.
Originally Johnny Thornspawn, but we'll call him
Johnny Thornspawn.
Yeah.
Johnny Thornspawn.
He used to yell his Thornspawn patches. He was a big Thornspawn fan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
from San Antonio.
So Michael, what is your 80s Metal Obsessed? Where do we find it? Just Google 80s Metal Obsessed, and we'll get there. Or how does it work? We're not very smart over here, man. You pretty much gotta hold our hands and tell us where to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh man, Metal Church. Did anybody ever get the neck brace?
Oh, the metal. That would be cool to see in reality.
If anybody out there knows anybody that has a Metal Church neck brace, I want them on the show just so we can see this Metal Church neck brace.
I love that album. That album is gold.
That first.
Start to finish, I'm like, there's no disputing that album for me was the definitive heavy metal record. Once I heard that, it overtook Iron Maiden for me as a definition of a heavy metal record.
What wasn't it? Ken Death Metal Crypt. Ken was like, if no one ever heard heavy metal, that's what he said he would play to them.
Yeah, he said that's his go-to album for heavy metal. Yep.
Yeah. Frank learned to play that whole album start to finish on drums.
There's some beats on there too.
You know what? I'm surprised that hasn't happened. Somebody just get a neck brace and put fucking Metal Church logo on it.
That's good enough at this point.
I'm gonna steal that idea. I'm gonna do an ETD neck brace. Fuck it.
That's great.
That'd be awesome. Fucking neck braces.
Make Fraser wear it at the show, man.
Make everybody in the show wear it, and it's like, what the fuck? There's a bunch of these big people really do like this band. They're willing to fucking get in the pit with the neck brace. Shit, yeah, that rules.
You know, and they never. I mean, I like the dark, but that record just didn't touch.
It's not on the level of the debut.
Not. I still enjoyed it, but yeah, I mean, somebody stands one record and they're just kind of like.
I'm sure somebody has that fucking neck brace. All right, so if anybody's on Facebook, go to 80s Metal Obsessed group. I'll go look for that.
You'll find it.
Yep. Oh, Derek says he has that. Let me put it back. He said he has the blue ad for the neck brace in the record, and it says for only the serious bangers. Fuck yeah.
What promotional tool?
Anyway, well, shit. All right. Chris, again, thank you very much. Carl, thanks for stepping in. Well, I had to step out. I appreciate it. You rule.
Thank you.
Everybody, again, appreciate it. We're going to go out with this Den of Sin song to close out the show. If you haven't heard Chris's other band, Den of Sin, well, you're about to hear it, and you're about to get your ass kicked. So until the next one, thank you, everybody. Keep fucking jamming out all badass.
Thanks for 1984.